You know, we said this last year, pressure is a privilege. So, yeah, there's pressure each week, no matter who you're playing in this league. And, again, we're focusing more on us and what we need to fix, regardless if you're a ranked team, not a ranked team. We're far from a ranked team right now. And, we're just trying to focus on having the best Wednesday, come off a Tuesday practice, fix some things. Now we got to come have a great Wednesday practice with the mission to go 1-0 this week. And that's all you can focus on. And is every week just as important as the next? Yeah. Guys, we've been here the last 4 years. We've been where, your back's up against a wall. And for us, we just got to correct the things. I need to see a team this week play for 60 minutes. That's offense, defense, special teams, not just for a half of football. The Indiana State, it's been a battle. You look 2 years ago when it was a battle here in the Ice Castle. You look last year where it was a battle until, fourth quarter, we threw Bo in and he broke off a long touchdown run to get us the lead at 19-7. So all these games are going to be a 60-minute. Some of these guys that never played in Missouri Valley, their first game last week, we told them it's a 60-minute game. I don't know if they believe that or trust that, but the guys that have played in these games understand it's going to be a 60-minute battle.
Frustrating may not be the right word, but you play so well, and you touched on it, you play so well for maybe a quarter and a half, and the other half is. So how do you kind of balance?
You go back to practice, and I still believe practice execution, becomes game reality. I really love that, we had the last 3 weeks, critical situations, got to have it plays on fourth down. But shoot, when you can execute those in practice, you're not afraid to call those in games. And, I think Bo was 2 for 2 on those got to have it plays on fourth down and critical points of the game. And that comes from just having great practices. And, for us defensively, keep improving. And there wasn't any miracle changes we made this past week except go play football. Don't be hesitant. Trust your reads, play fast, go make plays. And, we got to build upon that. And I thought we did a great job going out today and building upon that on a very physical Tuesday practice. Our defense, I love when we go ones on ones and ones on two, twos on ones. Iron sharpens iron, and every day they get to go against the offense. Our offense gets to go against our defense, and to me, that's how you get better.
When it comes to the defense, do you see them in practice? Do you see them thinking less and reacting more?
Yeah, I every day, I see improvement. I really do. And we're far from where we probably need to be this point of the season, but I see improvement. And it's us believing. I believe in them. I believe in, how they're practicing and now just playing fast. And, you get guys in the right place and then all of a sudden they're thinking, okay, this is where I'm going to be. Now, when you don't have to think, now you start making plays. And, I trust that process. We're in this process probably 2 years ago, maybe offensively or maybe defensively, when you have those new guys. For us, the challenge for us and the pressure for us is we got to do this right now. We cannot go into games. I think 3 of the 3 games we've had where we're in a position to win the game. Now we got to learn how to win those games. And that's the improvement we need. And, even our quarterback, learning how to win those games when you have the ball and a chance to go down.
Last couple of weeks you talked about trying new things defensively. What have you seen work so far? And what do you feel like you guys still need to kind of change up or work on?
Well, again, playing as aggressive. We always talk about what does a relentless defense look like? And, relentless defense first, getting lined up, first communicating the call, and then when the ball is snapped, you make your read, and boom, you execute. And that's first and foremost. And you can't be so vanilla or teams will attack you in a variety of ways. So, we try to keep it simple. We try to keep it where they can play fast. And I saw glimpses of that. I really believe we saw a little bit of an identity in the second half last week where, we got a strip fumble. We had a couple sacks there in the second half that maybe I haven't seen. And so we got to continue to build off that. And it's competitive. The thing is, we go out on the practice field. Whoever practices the best will get the opportunities to get into the football game. And there's that competition where, you can't take a day off. I'm competing to get reps on a given Saturday. And that's for offense and defense and special teams. That's no difference in this program. And so I'm always excited to go check the film and see how those guys played today.
Hunter says the message has been stay together.
Yeah. When you're playing, going on the road, we got to stay together. There's highs and lows of a football game. And I'm proud of our kids coming out after half. That's when you worry about it. Staying together is all of a sudden a team comes out, they put 24 points on you. How do you come out? How do you respond coming out of that locker room? And if it's a bad response, it's probably because you didn't stay together. And I really believed our sideline stayed together. Our kids were fighting. We came back from 14 in the fourth quarter. I could feel the energy on the sideline. And at that point, we believed we were going to win that football game. They executed a play on 3rd and 20. They executed a play on their punter in getting a great punt there. And, we fell short. We ran out of time. But, the learning from it is you can't wait for the second half to do those things. We need to do that from the start. And I thought our offense did that from the start. And now we got to get all 3 phases doing it from the start.
You touched on it a little bit. I mean, every game is important, but is the sense of urgency maybe take a step up a little bit because you're at home and so on?
It's the same. I wish, Dana, I could tell you it's different. Every week, the sense of urgency, as a coach, is to put a plan together and seeing the kids succeed. That's why we coach football, to see kids succeed, to see our players succeed on Saturday. And there's nothing greater than those kids winning a football game and feeling the work that they put in to feel victorious. And so that pressure is every day. That's why I jump out of bed sprinting every day to get here and put our kids in the best position we possibly can so that they can taste that success.
Hunter said something I thought was interesting. He said he's noticed the progression. He sees things starting to click defensively. But he also was, preaching or saying that you were preaching, trust and trust the giver. And I thought that was interesting, like the play call, you know what I mean? Just execute it rather than, I don't know. Can you touch on that?
Yeah, last week, I forget the quote, it's about when you can trust, the giver of the how. That's when, why you do things, when you can trust the person telling you how to do it. You got to trust the person telling you how to do it. In other words, they got to trust the game plan we put together. They got to trust that we're going to put them in a position to win. And I told you guys, I've said this, no matter what you're doing in life, it takes 6 to 8 months to build trust and communication. And, for some of these kids, they haven't been here 6 to 8 months. And we're still working on that. But, when you get to a game on Saturday, you got to trust. If this is what we're doing, you got to trust. We're going to show you how, but you're trusting the why. You're trusting the giver of the why. Who's your coach? Who's your coordinator? Who's your head football coach? Something that I learned, I think, from our pastor at a church years ago. And, it came up last week that we got to trust in the plan and go execute the plan. And again, right now, it don't matter. It's a team. Don't matter if the offense is working on all cylinders and able to score touchdowns, run the ball, pass the ball. It's got to be a team collective effort, offensively, defensively, and special teams. And that's what makes it the sport it is.
With the electronics now being allowed in the game, is it easier for the kids to now say, okay, now I know what this guy is saying,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go out and do my job.
Mhm.
Without the electronics, I would imagine it's tough for a person to
Yeah.
hear. You got to be
Without
in X
question,
position, but
yes.
I don't want to be in X position because I think I can do this. But if you see it on electronics,
Yeah. You can fix it.
yeah.
You can fix it. And, before, oh, no, coach, I did this. And then you get the Sunday where now it's fixed in 30 seconds on the side. No, you were in the wrong gap. Nope. You got to be a hammer player. You got to keep the ball inside of you. Those type of things right now can be fixed. And that's probably where the technology's really helped you on the sign. You don't have a chance to go through every play. You tag certain plays and they come off, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams. Look at it, make the corrections, be able to adjust and adapt, and then go back out there and try to execute.
What does in your mind, ideally, what does the end product look like for you guys defensively? What are you working towards that you want to see the defense do?
The relentless defense, the ability to get off the field, the ability to get the ball back to our offense, which we did, the ability to get a 3 and out, the ability to force them to punt, the ability to create some turnovers, the ability on a 4 down to affect the quarterback and get a sack. And sacks on 4 down, that's usually the coverage too. The quarterback sitting there, he's got a count in his head, 1,000. At about 4, if that ball's not out and he's not seeing what he needs to see, now the pass rush takes over and gets a sack. Those are the things that, we want to see more of, and those are the things we're going to continue to work on.
Just real quick on Indiana State.
Yeah. You guys, it's Tuesday still. That's the bad thing. I shut this off on Sunday and you guys bring up on Tuesday. But, Indiana State, it's going to be a 60. I have all the respect for Coach Mallory. They're always fundamentally sound, disciplined. It's going to be a battle. They take care of the football. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They let you make the mistakes. And if you recall last year, it was a fight. I remember starting the second half, and we made a mistake on a kickoff return. I think we're down on the 1 yard line to start the half with our offense. That's what they do. They try to win the field position battle. They try to not give up explosive plays, let you drive, and eventually you're going to fumble. You're going to turn the ball over. So we're playing a very disciplined, fundamental football team that we've battled the last 2 years, and we got to be ready for a 4-quarter football game.
Teams heading kind of, in a similar situation, needing a win. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, Dana, and educate you a little. I did this with my kids. Okay, first league week. Not everyone had a league game this past weekend. Percentage of teams that won or lost this past weekend in league play. It's pretty simple math. 50%. Every week, 50% of the teams win, 50% of the teams lose. Our job is to be part of the 50% that win. And it's about maintaining that and getting the confidence, getting on the roll, having the opportunity that you're part of that 50%. Every week you go out to play, there's going to be a result that not going to be good, a result that you're celebrating. We're working hard that we can be celebrating and that we can get this team. I think this is a very good football team. I don't know what anybody else would say, but, physicality up front, offensive line, tight ends, blocking, passing, running the football, defensively. I've seen spurts. I see it on the field against our offense. I saw it today on the field on our offense. I see it. We just haven't put it together. The sense of urgency, we have to put it together, and it's got to start this week on Saturday at 2 p.m.